Hello guys, Spino here. So I recently made a kit review on cerydra and a lot of people had some doubt on which harmony unit should they prioritize. Should they prioritize tribbie Sunday over cerydra or the other way around. And I just want to give you a clarification on how these harmony units work. Especially we're getting almost 4 limited harmony units in 2 patch. It's hard to choose. So this is my opinion. So yeah, you don't have to take it, but you don't have to take it to the heart. This is my personal opinion, and this is also from a meta point of view. So let's go in with the best option, regardless. I think it's like the best option by far. If you don't own a tribbie in your account, you should target tribbie. Tribbie is the best and probably the most universal harmony unit that we have currently. Not just harmony unit, overall I think she is the most universal support that we have. So if you don't have a tribbie on your account, you guys should get her. She's incredibly valuable, especially for HP scaling DPSs and for the Herda team. So if you own HP scaling units like Maide, Castros, or you own the Herda, tribbie is like a blind, in my opinion, blind pull. You should get her no matter what. Even outside those teams, like she's decent in follow-up, break, even on dot team, she's incredible. She's also really good on certain hyper carry teams or for no sustain teams. If you like to run no sustain teams or you like to do zero cycles, tribbie is like almost like a must-have because of her incredible buffing ability, and she's also one of the best wielder of dance icons. So we all know tribbie blind. So I think if you don't have a tribbie, just get a tribbie. And also, her E1 is one of the most broken E1s for support, so you can always go for her E1 because of how good it is, especially for the Herda teams. Her E1 is like broken. So out of all the 4 harmonies that are gonna come in this 2 patch, tribbie should be the best pick, especially on the current meta where HP scaling DPS are just so much stronger, Plus, she's versatile as hell. So tribbie, easily the best. Now, the hard part. In my opinion, the second best, as of now, because, we don't know the full kit of cerydra yet because she's going to go through a lot of, changes. Currently, I do think Sunday is just the better pick for your account, mainly because cerydra and Sunday are meant for hyper carry DPSs, and in my opinion, Sunday is just way more universal as a hyper carry. He has way more DPSs. He has incredible synergy. And if you want me to tell some names that he's like really good, he's going to be the best in slot for Finon, Anaxa, freaking Agleia, Maida. He has so many good teams. He's like almost best in slot, or he's like the second option. He is the best support for hyper carry DPS for the moment. And the main reason is because cerydra is a little bit niche. I will talk about her when I get to her. But as of now, especially on 3.4, tomorrow, the patch will drop tomorrow. If you want a support for hyper carry DPS, especially like if you want a support for Finon or for anyone else like Anaxa, Maide, Sunday should be your main choice. And he's also going to be the best in slot for any summon based DPS in the future. If the DPS have a summon that has incredible synergy with Sunday, they're going to be broken. They will be broken. Plus, Sunday's Lycon is probably one of the most strongest Lycons for harmony, so his Lycon is really broken. His E1 is also really strong, so always keep that in mind. Now comes to Sparkle. Yes, our trusty Sparkle. The only problem Sparkle has is she's niche, and that's it. Otherwise, when the scenario comes or when she has a DPS that has synergy, she's broken. The only problem is she only has synergy with certain DPSs like Archer, Danghang, and Shinshue. Outside these, she does struggle, and the main reason is, Sunday exists, and maybe in the future, cerydra also exists. Yeah, that's the only problem. But in the teams that she has incredible synergy, like I said, the DPS that like to spam skills, especially like Archer, she's broken. Like for Archer, she's by far the best support, and it's not even close how broken she is with Archer. And if you can give a Silver Wolf or something like on top of it, you're probably gonna clear MOCs left and right for another 2 or 3 patches without any problem. But like I said, she is niche. She's only worked with these 3 DPSs off now with 100% potency, I guess. Outside that, she's decent with Finon, but I'm not gonna say it's like the best because Bronya Sunday is just better choice in my opinion. Plus they're easier to speed boon. I mean, there's just speed boon, speed tune compared to someone like Sparkle. So use Sparkle or pull for Sparkle if you only have interest in Archer or Danghang, especially Archer. If you don't like Archer, I would not recommend you to pull for him. And if you're like an E1 Archer enjoyer, I will just wait for some beta information because there's rumors that cerydra and Sunday are better for E1 Archer. So yeah, just keep that in mind as well. Now let's talk about cerydra. So if you guys don't know what cerydra's kit is, in short, she is a self-buffing harmony unit that she gives decent damage to any DPS that have skill-based damage. Most of their kit has skill-based damage, she buffs them. But she also have self-buffing. Half of her kit is like self-buffing, half of her kit is like for increasing skill-based damage. But the only problem is half of her kit is kind of useless because the damage part is, the self-buffing part is almost useless because her numbers are really low. This is also V1, so unless they change the numbers in V3 or V4, because that's the major change usually happen. Yeah, I don't think she's like a must-have. She's more like a niche character, just like Sparkle. She's like niche character. She's good with the characters that have crazy amount of skill damage, like Finon, like Anaxa, even to a E1 Archer. And I'm not going to talk about Saber mainly because it's kind of hard to get enhanced skill of Saber, get double of that is like almost impossible. So you're just going to spam her skill mostly. But Saber's damage mostly comes from her ult, so it's really hard, okay? It's really, really hard in my opinion for Saber to utilize cerydra to the full extent. So, and plus Saber has way better alternatives like Sunday or Robin, so I would not, force Saber to use cerydra that much, just in my opinion. Then that's the problem, she has way too much self buff, but her numbers are just not that good enough to value her damage, because even though she has so much self buff, her damage numbers are pitiful for the moment. Anyway, I mean, it's so much bad. It's like her numbers are even lower than freaking tribbie, even though tribbie is like just a harmony buffer. She doesn't have any self buff. It's just crazy. But yeah, so cerydra is niche. Unless you're Phenon / Anaxa enjoyer, you'll not target her. But for E0 Finon, she's like almost like a must-have because of how good she is. And if you have an E2 Finon, you technically break the game. So you just press freaking Meteor for 3 times in a row and you just watch everything die. It's just stupid. So that's it in my opinion. Oh, I'm sorry, just a little bit of cold. If you don't have a tribbie, focus on getting tribbie. And if you already have a tribbie, or if you have even tribbie, and if you want to go for Finon, for the moment I do think Sunday is just the better pick, just because of his universal appeal. He can just go into so many DPSs, at least in the hyper carry department. And cerydra and Sparkle are a little bit more situational. If you own these certain DPSs, yes, you can pull these two and have great value. Otherwise, don't pull them. It's that simple. So that's it. Pull tribbie. If you want to improve your account, get tribbios, because she's just that character. She's her. She's him. She's OP. And yeah, see you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Bye guys.